Hi, my name is Gawain Caldwater Ross. I'm an old hippie. When I was a teenager, I was a scrapper, got into a lot of fights. Later on, I took about a year's worth of martial arts, karate in particular. That is a far cry from making me a martial artist, but it's enough to get me out of trouble when a dangerous situation arises. In terms of personal safety, um, there are this is a lot of things to consider actually. One of them is that the most dangerous place for women are parking garages. We'll go into this in detail a little later on. And another thing to consider is that women have more nerve endings on their skin, which makes them more sensitive to pain and less likely to engage in something that causes pain, such as a fight. Men know this and they use it against women. Uh, Also, women are very afraid that a guy will take a weapon away from them and use it against them. Uh, this can happen. It can happen to a guy. But with this very brief introduction to using weapons to help defend yourself, I think you'll be less anxious about that afterwards. Um, when you are getting involved in a violent confrontation, the martial artist, I'll tell you to scream. It's a good idea, very good idea to scream. If well, let me rephrase that. Screaming has its place, definitely. Also, your handy dandy whistle should be one of your first things that you use. It carries further than a scream does, and often it scares an assailant because it draws so much attention. What I was about to say is that when you are in a fight, keep your mouth shut tight like boxers do. They wear guards inside their mouths so that when they get punched in the mouth, it doesn't break their teeth. And also so that you don't accidentally have your tongue sticking through your mouth when somebody punches you in the mouth and you accidentally bite off your tongue. Those are very unpleasant things to happen. So keep your jaw clamped shut. Another thing is to roll with punches. When somebody punches you in the mouth, don't just stand there and take it like you're a 100-pound bag of sand. Go with it. And this helps you you can go with it and twist and help yourself to get some distance between you and your attacker. Every second counts during things like this. There are lots of martial arts, of course. Very basically, there are martial arts without weapons and martial arts with weapons. As the great martial artist Bruce Lee said, everything is a weapon, and that includes a ballpoint pen. With a ballpoint pen, you can stab somebody in the eye, you can stab somebody in the ear. Stabbing in the eye, of course, will blind the person and make them totally disabled, as well as cause a tremendous amount of pain. And stabbing somebody in the ear is only somewhat less painful. It pops the eardrum and makes a person deaf in that ear, which is disabling. And also, when people are hit in such a vital area, they usually cover it with their hands. Which gives you the opportunity to hit them again, either on the opposite side or elsewhere, such as the balls. Uh, and in addition to that, when somebody is hit in a vital area like that and is so overwhelmed with pain that they can't think, it's extremely easy to trip a person in that situation. All you have to do is put your right or left leg behind the other person's knee, grab your shoulders, and push down as hard as you can. Hopefully, the person you can whack the person's head against the concrete for a few times before you get away. One of the major reasons that people who teach martial arts emphasize meditation is not so much because they're hoping that everybody's going to become spiritual. It's a tool to eliminate anxiety and stress, and it works for the most part. I mean, if some people say they can't meditate no matter what they do, all right, well, they can concentrate. Uh, Concentration, for example, is like gazing into a candle flame. You can blink while you're doing this. The whole object, though, is just to focus on the candle flame and nothing else. Block out all the external noise. When you start thinking about peanut butter sandwich, just return to the candle flame and so forth. I like to meditate on either on the sound of silence or on the sound of my own breathing or on white noise such as waterfalls and rain. After meditation for many years, I still have a startle reflex, but it's mostly confined to car backfires. The importance of being calm in a situation like that it cannot be stressed enough. It is a skill that warriors learn and policemen learn, firemen learn, and so forth. Firefighters, I don't want to be sexist, is compartmentalization. And that consists of setting aside your fear and your anxiety and grief and whatever other kinds of emotions you're feeling at the time in order to do what you need to do to survive and in order to make correct decisions. When you're in a dangerous situation, you have to assess the situation to see if it makes sense to fight or if it makes sense to run. Now, high heels are a woman's weapon. I mean, are a woman's worst enemy. Uh, they break at the worst possible moments. It's very difficult to run fast in them, and if you have to wear them to a party or to work or something like that, my suggestion is to put them into a shopping bag and then put on some flats or sneakers, or as a variant, something like cowboy boots. Cowboy boots are a little bit harder to run fast in, but they give a great boost in offensive striking power because the heel of a cowboy boot is broad and thick and hard. So if someone grabs you from behind, you lift up your knee as far as you can and stamp down on the instep or toes and do it again. This often is enough to make a person break to grab his foot. So I will be in episode number 2 of this self-defense woman going on to beginning to discuss weapons.